Nicola Sturgeon's true reasons for demanding a second Scottish independence referendum have come under scrutiny from George Galloway, who has picked apart the SNP's plan. The SNP and First Minister Nicola Sturgeon have continued to push for a second independence referendum in the country, much to the dismay of the UK government and opposition political parties in Scotland. Their demands come despite Scotland voting by a margin of 55% to 45% in favour of the country remaining part of the UK during the independence referendum in September 2014. Just under 2 years later, in June 2016, Britain voted by a margin of 52% to 48% to leave the European Union, despite Scotland voting by a huge margin of 62% to 38% against the move. Since then, Ms Sturgeon has continued to insist Brexit gives the SNP in Scotland a mandate for a second referendum on independence. This sets up a potential split from the remainder of the UK. Last December, Ms Sturgeon wrote to Mr Johnson to outline her case for a second referendum on independence in her latest attempt to persuade the UK government to grant Stormont the powers to hold another historic vote. But the Prime Minister issued another brutal slapdown to the SNP leader's plan, urging her to work with him to bring the whole of the United Kingdom together. He reminded the SNP leader, "The Scottish people voted decisively to keep our United Kingdom together, a result which both the Scottish and UK governments committed to respect." Former Labour MP Mr Galloway, who has set up political campaign group Alliance for Unity, warned Ms Sturgeon's plan is destined for failure. He also explained the real reason he believes Ms Sturgeon won't go through with her independence push. Mr Galloway said, "Nicola Sturgeon's independence bid is destined for failure, and besides, I don't think she was actually going to do that anyway. I think that was a move designed to quieten down the rebellion from within the SNP, especially around the scandal involving Alex Salmond, which was threatening her leadership and still is." The nationalist fury has dimmed to the point of invisibility over the last few weeks, where it has been one disaster after the other. The Alliance for Unity leader also claimed Ms Sturgeon's independence dreams are in flames and vowed to chase the SNP off the field at the Scottish elections next May. He warned Scottish independence would be a disaster, adding the country would become one of grievance and grudge. Mr Galloway continued, "Nicola Sturgeon's independence dreams are in flames and everyone can see that. The SNP are beginning to turn and it's time to chase them off the field at the election in May." He continued, "Scotland would ultimately define itself entirely against its nearest neighbour with whom it has a long land border, through which it sends 60% of its exports. It would be a country of grievance and grudge. It would be a very unattractive place to live in, and also a very unattractive place to invest in. We have moved beyond these issues to which there is no answer, over what would happen to the pound, Scotland's share of its national debt and cross-border trade. We can already see what a disaster it would be.